This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The second edition of the IAAF World Relays is still more than 2 weeks away, but as Charles Fisher tells us, a test event will take place this weekend.
418 athletes representing 25 schools from throughout the Bahamas will run between the white lines, all hoping to make the final one lane, one Bahamas at the IAAF BTC World Relays Bahamas next month.
4x1, 4x2, 4x4, and sprint medley, one for men and one for women. The sprint medley for women will be 100, 100, 200, 400, and the sprint medley for men will be 4, 2, 2, and 800.
The meet will crown an overall champion. No separation of junior and senior schools. Just one age grouping, under 20.
We'll give points for relays. First place, 6 points. Second place, 4 points. And at the end of the day, the combined male and female for that school, those points would be combined and there would be one trophy given to the champion.
The main focus of the meet, a test for the World Relays, and it's not just for athletes and officials to be on key.
So that persons doing other things during the IAAF relays, like the awards ceremony persons, the persons controlling the athletes running around the track after they win a medal or win an event, what we call the victory lap. The doping control could simulate a doping testing, following the athletes, etc. So this is really what we want.
Event gets underway Friday at 6:30 and Saturday at 4 at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Charles. Now, in addition to the junior athletes, senior athletes will also be given the opportunity to compete this weekend during the test event if they so desire.
We have included several individual events, namely the 100, 200, and 400 meters, where we anticipate a number of our elite athletes will have the opportunity as the final trials for team selection to Team Bahamas, because the deadline for submission is the 20th, which is next week, Monday, I believe it is. And so ahead of us announcing our team on Sunday afternoon, this test event will also serve as the final trial for team selection to Team Bahamas. It's open to all wishing to participate, but also, as I said, our position was that we would take the top 6 times in each individual event before we make the final selection. And so those athletes that feel satisfied that their time is up there, then so be it. That decision will be made next Sunday evening, but all the results for the season will be taken into consideration when the selection committee sits down to review the performances.
The Bahamas Basketball Federation's Bunny Lavarity Round Robin Nationals will get underway later on this week in Bimini, and bragging rights are once again on the line.
We're going to start off on that Thursday night when Bimini and Grand Bahamas going to head-to-head with each other, Division 1 and Division 2, and we think that should start the fire and the flame should continue on throughout the tournament. But the competition looks pretty stiff. The PJ Stingers are the new champions of the New Providence Basketball Association. You have a new champions in Grand Bahamas, so this seems to be the year of new champions even in the women's league. So, you know, this is going to be new and exciting for a few teams.
It's no secret that when it comes to sports, athletes get most of the credit, and with good reason. But as Kelsey Johnson tells us, the Bahamas Swimming Federation believes that those who work behind the scenes deserve their just due as well.
When our local swimmers compete at regional meets, there's always a familiar face that greets them when they touch the wall.
We have the largest number of FINA certified officials of any country in the Caribbean. And what we do is we want to develop more officials to give them international exposure. So this year we ensured that we had a wide representation of Bahamian officials at the games, as we did last year when we won. Of course, when we judge the event, we're all unbiased because we take an oath that we take very seriously. But we are equally focused on ensuring that Bahamian officials are there alongside the officials from the other countries, because we are there not only to ensure that our swimmers have familiar faces that they're aware of who are judging them, but more so because it provides a developmental opportunity for Bahamian officials to gain international exposure and join the FINA ranks in order to be able to judge any event. For example, there are many of us in the sport of swimming now who can actually judge from the Olympic level all the way down to the club level.
Obtaining this international pheno certification isn't easy. The long process can be discouraging to many, but for the 9 certified Bahamian officials, being knowledgeable about the sport will only assist with the growth and the development in the Bahamas.
You have to have experience judging the national championships as well as the international championships, regional, as well as some world level championships which we have in the form of the Pan Am Games or the World Championships or even the Olympic Games. We haven't yet had an official judge at the Olympic Games, but certainly we're well on the way. And Mansur Roberts, he is actually on the CCCAN Technical Committee, which makes him one of the most senior officials here in the region. With his expertise and those that the rest of us have, we will ensure that the Bahamas makes it to the Olympics, and we're actually lobbying now to have us one of the judging spots at the Olympic Games in 2016.
The certified officials will put their skills to the test again this weekend at the Aqua Swim Meet, which will take place at the Benny Kenning Kelly Aquatic Center. Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks a lot, Kelsey. Well, the late Thompson was an all-around athlete who was lost too soon, and yesterday one local association held a tournament in her honor to show their respect. We get that story from Julian Gibson.
Benson players from the New Providence Volleyball Association all turned out yesterday to remember a young lady, Thompson, who had a promising sports career. With family members in the stands looking on, her dad, Coach Perry Thompson, says that closure is always difficult.
Thomas was a special child, very humble, you know what I mean, very loving. I mean, one thing, throughout it all, she always cared, for everybody, her parents, people around her, even despite the difficult challenges that she is going through.
Now, the outpouring of love for his daughter was a total surprise.
I mean, it's impressive to see the young tender age, the amount of life she is able to touch. People who you've never met before, and everyone had a similar story, about Thomas. There's a young lady who came up to me, so they were in the same law class at College of Bahamas, and she said Thomas was their representative. She was elected as the class secretary to provide information to all the classmates and everything. I said, a young girl like that, you know what I mean, amidst all these more seldom mature, supposed to be persons, but yet they saw something in the master select her.
Now, this time every year, Coach Perry Thompson and his Commonwealth Bank Giants will be preparing for the Bahamas Basketball Federation Nationals. But his Giants lost, and he lost his daughter at the same time, a difficult period.
It's unfortunate that, I couldn't get to the guys to do any practice or to do anything at all in terms of our next level of preparation, I missed the first game and the rest of the games. Thomas wanted me to go, but it was still difficult.
The 26-year-old was laid to rest on Saturday. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Thanks a lot, Julian. Well, the Bahamas Flag Football League's 2015 season is in high gear, and a sure win to their team elite. They're hoping to make their presence felt in the men's division.
Most of the players on our team just came from the CAFL. We played for the Jets. We coached the Jets. We just won a championship over there. So we're trying to make it 2 straight. So hopefully that's our goal. Hopefully we can achieve it at the end of the season. You got the returning champs, the Predators, the Ravens, and the Rams are very improved. They're another team that has come out and looks strong this year. So basically right now I feel that's our competition. But like I say, football is any given Sunday. So it all depends on how we perform when we go on the field, and we just interested in winning our games. We worry about the rest when the playoff reach.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.